Greetings, humans. Spinning Mantis here. And guess what? We're back. Remember a couple of episodes ago where I mentioned I had an issue with my save game and lost 3 whole in-game days of playthrough that I had recorded and posted. Well, after our untimely death in the last episode, when I loaded up the game the next time, the save game was still there. The last, well, not the last save game. It seemed like the game had saved 5 or 6 times since this one save game. So it was back. I don't think that's the way the game is supposed to work. I think when you die on any level, you're supposed to have to start from the beginning. You're not supposed to have like a saved save, like a proper save. It just kind of checks you in. They're like checkpoints. And then when you die, you're dead. I think that's the way it's supposed to work. And I did not try to jigger this in any way. I'm on the Xbox One. I don't even know how to mess with the Xbox One save. I think there may be an issue with my Xbox One hard drive. It's really, really full. I don't know if that's what's messing with the save games or if it's somehow syncing with the online component and I've got crappy internet. I don't know. But turn the game back on and the same gameplay, the same game was here. So I started playing it again. I had to go back. I had to do all the rabbit trapping again. Had to build the mittens again. Had to build the bow and arrows again. Basically had to replay at least 3 in-game days. Repair all the equipment again, sort my stuff out. So it's kind of bananas. And I probably should have picked up this recording when we got closer to Ravine and just punched you guys in there. But we'll go for a long walk together. Happy to be back and have our character be alive. So yeah, we got the mittens, we got the pants, we got the boots, we got the bow and the arrows. No wolf skin coat yet. We will work on that in the next zone. I have one of the rifles with me and all the ammo. I think it's like 21 bullets. I repaired that rifle to 100%. So that'll be good for a while. I think our hatchet and our hunting knife are at 100%. Most of our clothes is 98 to 100%. And I am carrying like so much weight, just under 100 pounds. I think it's 99.5. Now, I guess I ate some food and it made it a little bit lighter, but 98.27 pounds is what we're carrying. So we're just going to keep nibbling away and drinking on our trip, making our load a little bit lighter each time. And one of the reasons why we're a little heavier this time is because I waited one more day where I basically just slept. So when we wound up dying in the last episode, we kind of got caught in a really heavy snow that swept in the middle of the night. So we got caught in the dark in a snowstorm in an area where we couldn't get. There were no inside structures. I thought the train tunnel would be enough, but apparently even all the locations in the train tunnel were not blocking the wind, but it was so dark I couldn't even see if there was like a roof on the train tunnel or whatever. So clearly was not warm enough in the train tunnel, even with all of our good clothes, and I made the mistake of bringing nothing for a fire and having nothing gathered for a fire on that trip. I didn't expect to kind of get stuck in the 100% wilderness zone in the middle of the night. No one's fault but my own on not bringing something for a fire or cutting it that close, that dark, in bad weather. So we just gonna keep walking all the way past the dam, and then through all that ravine stuff again, and hopefully this time we will be victorious. If we wind up falling on one of those narrow paths or something like that, I don't think the game will be as merciful this time and let us continue. But I don't think that's the feature of playing on the easiest mode unless they somehow changed it in the most recent patch. But yeah, I don't think you're supposed to keep your last save game and be able to restart from that. I think it's just supposed to be the game's over. You have to start a new game. Anyway, that's how it always was in the past, but I'm not complaining right now. So I think the longest game I have going, or I've ever played, is maybe 60 days of in-game time, something around there. So that this current run, quote-unquote, of 17/18 days, I think we're 18 days. I got sidetracked. So I basically slept all day yesterday in game and let that really crappy weather pass. And it did. It blizzarded most of the day or most of the afternoon and all the night. So we really got caught in some crap once we died. Anywho, so I think it was nice that we died. I think it's important for people who watch this to realize, up until that point on this Pilgrim level, I've been making it look super easy. Nothing was really a struggle. Even the minor times when we got lost in the poor weather and stuff, it wasn't that desperate. But screw up one little thing, stay out too late, forget to bring some wood or don't collect any wood while you're traveling in a wilderness zone. Screw up one little thing and those 17 in-game days and all this crafting and planning and organizing, it can be over. And imagine this in real life. Of course, that could certainly happen. If you ever were stranded in a wilderness environment, and especially in cold weather like this, is supposed to be northern Canada. That's some scary wolf noises. I didn't see the wolf, but I heard him. He's probably under the bridge. If you're ever lost in cold weather in the outdoors, you can take absolutely zero risks. I'd say just stay inside all the time, and in the best weather, in the brightest day, stay within 1,000 feet of your shelter and try to do what you can. Just stay warm and, take no risks. But this is a game I've played before, and we're not trying to be too reckless, but I really like the game shows you the best laid plans, make one little mistake, and bam. Doesn't have to be a wolf that eats you. Doesn't have to be falling off a cliff. It's just forgetting to bring one piece of gear or making one dumb decision to keep going or to turn back. So here we are back at the ravine entrance. So, yeah, I think I found out that the birch bark that we saw over here really was not to make like an aspirin type thing. I think it's just for starting fires, like tinder or something. So, apparently I did have that with me, which I alluded earlier on our way into Ravine, but didn't have any logs of any sort or even sticks. So if I had even in the moment realized that I needed to start a fire, I probably could have found sticks in the area or a branch or something that I could have grabbed and got some sort of fire going just to keep us barely over. So here, yeah, we want to kind of go down. And the other thing I noticed right before we died was my clothes had taken a bunch of damage, and maybe that was part of the reason why we were losing so much warmth, because I've had the character stay outside overnight in the snow in the sleeping bag before, and have survived it. But I noticed that our clothes were degraded. It said like that our deerskin items, our boots and our pants were like 70%, I think. And I was like, what? Because it was 100%. So I'm wondering if we sprinted or if we walked over some sort of terrain or like jumped down or something that damaged them. I really didn't realize that. If that is the case, like, I remember when we walked across that branch across the chasm, I did notice that, we kind of jumped off the log to continue on our merry way. Could that have damaged our pants and our boots? I just don't know. But all of a sudden, our pants and our boots are damaged. It's a lot of birch bark. But I'm grabbing this because I don't think there is any birch bark in the next zone. I think these cool transition zones, or these dangerous transition zones, tend to have a greater abundance of these special plants and trees and stuff like that. Your maple saplings, and your birch saplings, and your rose hips, and your old man's beard, and all that good stuff. So one thing I've never really done in this game before is sort of use this zone for harvesting. I just always think it's a transition zone, it's the way to get to the coastal highway. I don't think about I'm gonna hang out in Mystery Lake and then farm this place for all of its materials, which seems like a good plan for a future playthrough. I also have to wonder if you bump into trees like that, does that damage your clothes? Just don't know. So if that was the case, that I was damaging my clothes by jumping off something, by sprinting, or something. Well, I know I couldn't have sprinted. We were overladen. Wish the game might alert you, like, oh, I ripped my pants or something like that. Gonna leave you there, dearie Lou. So wish me luck, say a little prayer, and let's hope the rest of our traversal of the Ravine area is without incident. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is all kind of nerve-wracking. Nothing heavy. I'll give it 50. So last time we jumped off there, and I think maybe that's what you're not supposed to do. Maybe that's what hurt our boots and pants. I think you're supposed to walk this way and then walk down. So hopefully, if that's what hurt our clothes the last time, we circumvented it this time. So 9 hours of daylight left. So last time we were here, this took, it was already late in the afternoon, I think. Already getting ready to get dark. So this time, since I waited that extra day, waited out the bad weather, yeah, I don't know if I need to be picking up scrap metal. I don't know if I needed any extra weight, honestly. Let's go ahead and we're just over 100. Don't want to be over 100, so we're gonna actually go ahead and drink some coffee. Yum. I'm actually really like coffee in real life. I like those frou-frou coffee drinks that are basically just like jazzed up chocolate milk, but with a splash of coffee in it. But so I drink that coffee, and I think that's gonna help us help our energy degrade slower. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. So by the time we got here in the last episode, I think it was almost full dark. And then by the time we walked out of this little roundabout here, it was full dark. And it was snowing bad. So, if you're ever in that situation, don't be cocky and think you can just get through it. So yeah, we're carrying so much that we can't possibly sprint. The other thing we could have done, in hindsight in that situation, was, not have gone to sleep right away, because I think what happened was we got the temperature up okay, but we dipped quickly and got hypothermia. And once you have hypothermia, you really have to have a fire or else you're dead. So that's the thing. Like, even if you just quickly dip under that threshold of like freezing, even if you warm yourself up after that to like a more normal temperature, like 30 degrees or something like that. In this game, 30 is like nice. But if, like it says, you have the condition hypothermia, you have to immediately get in front of a fire, get your temperature all the way up, and then I think you have to like sleep it off too. So it's intense. The other thing I could have done, you know, obviously without a fire, but you know, eating some hot food at that point would have really helped. That spikes your internal goodness. So here we go, Tunnel of Doom. It was pitch black. Couldn't really see what was going on. I was stumbling around with like maybe my lantern. This is probably why we froze to death, because the mountain has a big hole in it. Couldn't see where I was going. And I think like this is like right where we probably died. So I was looking for that little shielded wind symbol to pop up. And then I got it here, I think. But I was under a big, empty... So yeah, this jam was not a good place to bed down. Not a shelter, not safe, not protected from the wind, really. Just a bad deal. So, exciting stuff coming up. Visibility, not great. Prefer to do this with better visibility, but oh well. I know I got wonky sticks too. This controller, I got this limited edition Advanced Warfare controller with I got the Advanced Warfare Xbox One. It's a cool controller, but primarily from playing Advanced Warfare, I like wrecked it. You know, you work the sticks and the buttons pretty hard in Call of Duty. So, check this out. Couldn't see this the last time because, oh, look at that too. I am actually scared of heights, and I'm scared of bridges. I'm scared of high bridges. I'm scared of train bridges. Honest to God, all of these things in real life I'm scared of. So this is like super duper intense for me. When I first reached this point in the game for the very first time, I was just blown away. I was like, yes, the game's been great so far, but like putting this in here as an ordeal you have to go through to get to the next zone, absolutely. So coming up, one of these things is going to be missing. It's going to be like a gap. It's hard to see because some of them are dark from far away. I don't want to just... There we go. There's the gap. So, check this nonsense out. Not only do you have to cross on one side, you have to shimmy over and transfer to the other side. You know, really, really kind of cool. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna take it real slow. I think it's I don't think they try to make it like impossible. Like in real life, you gotta be kidding me. I never would go near this thing in the first place. Let alone try to walk across one iron rail. I mean, seriously. It's got those groaning sound effects. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously. Really cool, though. Bravo, game designers, bravo. Speaking of, even though this game is technically still an alpha, I think there's like a, I don't know if it's 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, like free play on Xbox Live. Yeah, maybe just for gold, I'm not sure. If you think you'd like to play it, if you enjoy looking at it, give it a try. And if you enjoy it, go ahead and buy it. This game is well worth the money. I can't even remember what it cost. Can't remember if it's $12 or $15. It was like a budget price title. I was totally down with it. Support these guys. They've done a great job so far. And here we go into Coastal Highway. All right. So, Coastal Highway, first look, doesn't look terribly different, right? We got 7 hours of daylight left. We may extend this to be a bit longer of an episode. Till we get somewhere a little further into the zone. So not a very clear day. Can't really see very far from up here. So this is like the edge of the map. We are on one edge of the map. It's called the north edge of the map, or the top edge of the map. And the rest of the map is this way to the south. Also, it's the highest elevation in the map, one of the highest elevations in the map, so we're like up a mountain. We're going to have to kind of like switch back, travel all in one direction, turn around, go the opposite direction, a little further down the mountain, kind of work our way down the mountain to the bottom, which is the area we want to be in. I don't know how much we can afford to like loot up in this area. We may have to kind of leave this area virgin. So from this part of the zone, we can like get into mines and stuff, and that will lead us to other parts of the map. There's several areas we can access from Coastal Highway, which is one of the reasons why this is going to be our main base for the remainder of this playthrough, I do believe. So I guess we're just going to keep looting until we really start to bog down. There are several like trailers and things on the way down the mountain. And this kind of look is not like super indicative of the zone. You will see when we get further down the mountain kind of more the look and the feel of the zone, since we've got plenty of hours of daylight. We'll just give this area a good investigation, then we'll know we do not ever have to return here. Because that's just a dead end, it looks like. Maybe this isn't the map that has the mine entrances on it. Pry bar, always useful. See, like trailers always have a ton of stuff to loot. Yeesh. So, yeah, those gloves are basic. Basic gloves. My cat's looking at me like, oh my god. Yeah. I mean, we should loot all the stuff for looting's sake. And when I say looting, you know, I'm talking about game looting. In any non-post-apocalyptic situation, you should never loot anything ever. And even in some post-apocalyptic situations, you shouldn't loot anything either, because you will get killed. You know, but if it's a Fallout style free-for-all, if it's a game like this where like it's basically like there's nobody around, there's no other characters, it's just you versus the environment, go wild. So don't loot, kids, or kids, don't loot. We have 6 hours of daylight left, so plenty of time to get down the mountain. Clearing up a bit, which is good, so you'll be able to see more of what the zone looks like. The zone's my favorite because of the layout. It's basically everything you want to get to is very close together. There's 2 parts of the zone. There's the mountain, and I'm trying not to spoil it. You still can't see it yet. So we just gonna go down the mountain. So happy we made it here. I mean, I was upset that we died in that last episode. I was pretty upset. Not how I wanted things to work out. So there are going to be little things to investigate up here in the mountains, off the path. We're not going to go out of our way to any of them. There's another tower here, like another forestry observation tower. You know, maybe once we get real super comfortable in the zone, we will go ahead and check that out. Once we get to the bottom of the mountain area, it's definitely getting more overcast, and I think the snow's going to get heavier. The wind's going to come in. It's going to start storming. Feels like 53, and it's 19 out. That's because of our warm clothes, which failed us last time. But anyway, oh yeah, it got gray quick. I mean, with 5, even 4 hours of daylight, I'm pretty sure we can make it down this mountain. I also never really consider, like, things could be getting tweaked. They could be tweaking things in the game without me really realizing it. There could be updates and stuff. And it could be all like, dum da dum da dum, this is the way the game works, and like, So I don't think we're gonna go that way. And I think this might be where the tower is. But we're gonna skip that for now, because the tower is not our goal. Our goal is to get down the mountain. Very cool. Silhouette. Feels like 54. We're doing alright. Let's have a nibble, shall we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that area we just passed is where the little tower is going to be. But, again, my suggestion is, when you first get into a zone, find your base, get to your base. I know where my base is going to be in this zone, and we are heading to it. So basically, you just follow, like, the road. This is like a road, a logging road. You'll see all these little like railings on it. Just keep following the road down the mountain. You know, you might have to go up a little hill here and there, but it's the general direction is down the mountain. So I can't wait until they add more wildlife into this game. I really like what they've done with the deer and the wolf and the bear models and the crows and all that stuff. I mean, I think I like the way they move and behave and their look. Even though I don't like the way the wolves are handled right now as far as their aggro. So you can see down there, it's a big old lake. Big lake. So we're heading down the mountain to the lake area. And lake is has a big crescent road, the coastal highway that goes around it. And there is an abundance of places to explore and stuff along the crescent of the coastal highway. It's not a huge zone. A lot of it is taken up by these mountain areas, which is like one half of the map, and a lot of it's taken up by that giant frozen lake. There's islands in the lake with houses and stuff on it to explore. One of the islands is called Rabbit Island, covered with rabbits. There's ice fishing huts. So this is a great location to start the game or to make your permanent base if you're going to explore a bunch of zones, I think. From here, obviously, we can get to Ravine and back to Mystery Lake the way we just came. I think there is a mine entrance up here in the mountains. Through the mine entrance that will lead us to another zone. And then on the edge of the zone at the end of the coastal highway brings us to another zone. So I think we can get to at least 3 other zones from here, which is nice. Because I think Mystery Lake, you can only get to 2 zones. The other one to go to in Mystery Lake is through the dam. You can go out this one door, and it leads you to another one of those wilderness transitional areas like Ravine. So, we see a lot of houses and buildings, a cool road, power lines. We didn't see any of this in Mystery Lake. So, you can totally work this area, you know, in bad conditions and at night, because everything's basically laid out along this highway. So if you stick to the highway and have a general sense of where you are, we're just going to bypass all this good stuff right now. This is all going to be explored over the next couple of episodes. Mysterious structures in the distance. We're going to explore all this. Coming up, we just got into the zone, 4 hours of daylight left. I think we timed that out much better than our first attempt to get to this zone. Gave me plenty of time to get through Ravine and then get all the way down the mountain. And we are going to make it to our final destination before dark. So you can see that's an island you can actually go to out there. That's not like a far off mountain, that's an island that you can actually get to. We're making our way there. See, that's another island you can get to. There are 1, 2 big islands in the lake, and then I think a couple other smaller islands out there. But I don't think I'm spoiling anything. I know we're not going to go out there now, but it's a big lake. There's a lot of places you can get to from the lake. Stuff all around the lake. However, all of the ice past those islands, so it's like 1/3 of the map is ice that can break, and you fall through the ice, and you freeze to death and you die. I don't think there's any way you can get out of it. If you walk on the fragile ice, I think you get like 1 warning. And if like you don't immediately turn around, like your next step forward, you'll fall through the ice and freeze to death and game over. So that's a new mechanic they introduce on this map. The fragile ice, the brittle ice. We're not gonna loot anything. See, now we've got cars for the first time. You can get into the cars and loot them. Ice fishing hut. So you see where we've gone so far. Down the mountain on the main road. Got to the end and took a left onto the highway. So we are going to keep on keeping on for only like another minute down this coastal highway. Getting a little and I've heard this from other players, little kind of engine hiccups. It does seem to every once in a blue moon, you know, drop frames, get a little choppy in the video. But this is a new engine. It's a much better engine with much more polished graphics. Oh, so we do have a lot of friends in this area. So if you were playing this on the higher difficulties, this area that we're coming to does tend to have a fair amount of wolves, and the wolves actually really like to hang out on the lake. So this is the coastal town site. And the badass place to be in the coastal town site is this place. It's like an old gas station and garage. This is going to be our central base for the remainder of the game. So we are going to end this episode here. I'm so happy that we made it through the ravine zone and into Coastal Highway, and now we've made it to our new home. I'm going to go inside, drop off all our gear, and hope that you join me next time for the next installment, where we will explore the Coastal Highway zone together, loot a bunch of stuff, and have some fun. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and join me next time. Spinning Mantis out. Namaste.